Once again, welcome to the GMAP Broadcast Network. Yours truly, Pastor Kevin. And of course, I am always honored, privileged, and blessed when we have our guests stop by. And for those that don't know, of course, Laurie is one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network. You were able to just see that book trailer. It's titled, ooh, well, you know what? I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to let her explain it in just a few moments. But before I do that, let me find out, Laurie, how are you doing, first of all?
I'm doing good. I just got home from work, so
You
you
had
know,
had a busy day,
uh,
huh?
yeah,
Ah,
yeah. It's well, and we're 3 hours behind you too.
that's right. So
Yeah, it's
it's
only 5 o'clock. Yeah.
oh, well, you know what? I'm a little jealous now. It was nice talking to you. It's only 5 o'clock. I wish I can say it's only 5 o'clock here, but nevertheless, we are here, and
No.
we thank God that you have taken time out of your busy schedule to stop by, kind of join us here on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. You know what? Introduce yourself if you don't mind. Tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from. Who is Laurie Robertson?
Oh, well, I'm a teacher, so I'm a retired teacher, and I'm back at work now. I'm semi-retired. I work at a residential facility for mental health for teenagers, so that takes up a lot of my patience quotient. And I'm a wife and a mother, and I live in Alaska, so I love adventure. I love skiing. I love gardening, and I love the spiritual side of life.
Mm.
Um, I guess that's and and I'm an author. I
Well,
love to write.
you can't forget about that. I'm an author. You
Exactly.
know,
Did you notice? I
you,
almost forgot about
you
that. Yeah.
cannot. Oh my goodness, you cannot forget about that. Oh well, I am so honored that you have taken time out to be here with us today, and we welcome you. And again, for those that don't know, Laurie is one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. You can always, I encourage you, always stop by, visit, click on the tab that is simply titled Featured Authors. You'll go to the necessary location and you shall, let me put the cover up on the screen because you shall see the book cover live on the
Yeah.
television screen. And of course, if you click on it, it will take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about this awesome publication. You know what? Speaking of it, why don't you tell us a little bit about your current publication if you don't mind?
I don't mind at all. Well, actually, I have three books, but Alive, I've got it here. Oops, is a story about a young woman who is alone and abandoned in Zombieland. And she's quite capable. She comes from the Tennessee Hills and she's pretty good with subsistence, but she knows that there's more to life. And so she's got to battle through Zombieland because she's looking for love, basically. She's looking for belonging. And so it's a story of her adventure. And there's actually three books of Savannah. And she is the main female lead. That's, the protagonist. And she is on a heroine's journey rather than maybe like a lot of people know about the hero's journey. Um, but the heroine's journey is a little bit different. You go through all the adventures and you also go through all those times of despair. And, you have to grow within to conquer your fears and your enemies. But the heroine usually looks for community. That's what they're looking for rather than the big glorious win. And then they go on to conquer another win. They're
Mm.
looking for community. So all my books are centered around that
Wow.
community.
Now I heard you mention that you do have three books out. Now, is this actually a follow up to some publications that you have previously written, or is this the first relief of the trilogy?
This is the first release of the trilogy or the trilogy, as I say.
Yes, yes.
And the next one's coming out probably in November. It's called Pursued. So there's actually three books in this series. And then I just wanted real quickly, this is my first book, Crossing at Sweetgrass, and
Ah,
that's a historical fiction, yeah, about the Western frontier,
yes.
and that's an adventure and that's a heroine's journey. And then I have something, Pastor Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
The Ascension Circus comes to town. It's a book on spiritual poetry in a really playful manner, but it
Oh,
covers a lot of mature, themes.
you know, I I'm a little jealous now because I didn't really know that. I and I'm just finding out about that one, so I'm going to be reaching out and try and see if we can get the other two publications posted on our
Yeah.
platform as well. We always, and I mean always, want you to be able to pick the publication and or publications plural that you like most or you like best, or if you like in general. We want you to have the opportunity to be able to click on it and take it, take you to the necessary location so you can show your love, care, concern, and support. We did hear you say that we have another publication coming out soon and very soon. Well, we do know that this is November. Uh, so
Yeah.
we want to make sure. Now, what's the anticipated release date for your next publication, if you don't mind sharing?
I'm thinking maybe solstice, right at, December 21.
Ah, well, that's going to be a good Christmas gift
Yeah.
for someone. Well,
Yeah.
speaking of that, we know that there are a lot of viewers and listeners around the world that is going to want to show their love, care, concern, and support. And go out and purchase maybe one, two, or even all of your publication. What would be the process for them to do so? How can your publications be purchased at this time?
I think the easiest way is to go on your station where you have the authors and click on my name, in the book cover, and then it'll take everyone to the Amazon author page, my page, and it shows all my books. So all
Ah.
you'd have to do is click. But the other way too, they're on Amazon. And so you can always type in, you could get to books and then just type in Savannah, well, really Alive, and then Savannah the Zombie Slayer. And that'll bring you into my newest book. And
Ah.
then anytime somebody wants to see what other books, if the books aren't all linked, and mine might not be because it's kind of new, is you go into Amazon and your name is on blue, the author name's in a blue. You just click on that and that'll take you to their author page and all their books. If
Right.
someone's exploring.
And of course, we definitely don't want our viewers and listeners to forget that if you do make that decision to purchase one or all of the publications from Laurie through locations such as Amazon, we want you to do us a favor, a kind favor, and take a few moments of your time, a few extra minutes, and please leave a review.
Oh yeah.
Please leave
Yeah.
a review. Say it with me, Lori. Please
Leave a
leave a
review.
review.
Please.
Leave a review. I tell you, it is so very important for the
It
author,
is. Yeah.
for Amazon, also me and the rest of the viewers and listeners around the world. They appreciate you leaving a review, letting us know what you think, how you feel, what you suggest, all that good stuff. So please leave a review. Now, you know, I'm going to say this, Lori. You know that somewhere along the lines, we are role models to someone, whether we like it or not.
Mhm.
Someone is always paying attention to our journey, our every step. For someone that may be watching you today and saying to themselves, I really wish I can get on track. I really wish I can do what I have been called to do, maybe write a book, maybe speak, preach, whatever the case may be. If someone was watching you today and wanted to start their journey of writing a publication of their own, do you have any words of encouragement to share with an individual like that today?
Yes. Can I make it a little broader?
Yes.
I I think it's super important for anybody to find some hobbies that you like. It could be writing, and then if it's writing, just go for it. Write. Who cares? Just write. Do a journal. Don't be thinking of your audience. Just write. That's what writer's block is, when you start thinking, "Oh, are people going to like this or not?" Then you get caught up in your ego. But just write for the sake of writing. And the other thing is, these are sometimes dark times. There's a lot of walking wounded right now. A lot of people are hurting. And it's wonderful just to find your hobby. And how do you do that? I mean, I know a lot of people have hobbies, but how do you do it if you don't know what you might like?
Yeah.
I would say go back to your childhood and start thinking about that. And what did you like to do as a child? And it may seem really funny, but if you keep thinking about it, you'll start getting some good ideas. And that's how I started writing again. I used to write all the time as a kid. And then I thought, well, what should I do for a hobby?
Right.
And then suddenly I thought, well, I'll start poetry. I used to write poetry, but it took a long time for me to remember that I used to write as a child,
Right.
3, 4, 5, 6 year old.
Wow.
So to me, the inspiration is just think about what you used to like to do, and then just take some really small steps and start doing it.
Right.
And you'll be surprised, just the act of doing it, you'll feel much more at peace.
Right. Wow.
That's what you're going for, right?
Awesome. Yeah, well, that was very well said. And of course, I'm sure that there are plenty of our viewers and listeners who appreciate you sharing that. I always tell people your destiny truly was determined before your delivery. And you have to be willing to endure the process. If you have a passion, if you have a dream, if you have a journey that you would like to take that's in your heart, take it,
Mhm,
take it,
mhm,
take it. Don't even bother with caring about what the naysayers may think, do, feel, or say. Do what you have a passion to do, and I can guarantee you that you shall reach that destiny because it was
mhm.
already determined. We're just waiting on you to get up and get started. It is the most important thing in the world. Now, there also may be one of those individuals who are looking at you today and saying to themselves, I appreciate you sharing on the broadcast, on the conversation. I appreciate you sharing your publications. I kind of know where you've been and where you are, but what's next for Laurie Robertson? What would your response be to that?
Adventure. I
Mm,
love adventure. And it can be internal adventure. I haven't been able to really travel much anymore because of COVID and all that, but so now it's internal adventure. Um, like I always wanted to tour around the world, and I almost got a chance, but I didn't really take it, and then COVID hit, and now I don't know if I'll be able to. So it's interesting that got kind of taken away. But I was thinking, well, why not just do my own tour, go to the bookstore and get some countries and plan my tour and read about them, and that's my world tour.
wow. World
What I
tour.
mean? Yeah. So
Wow.
that's next, and also writing. I've got, to finish up the Savannah series, and then I've got a couple other books in my head.
Hmm. Very, very, very well. And of course, again, I'm more than sure that there are plenty of individuals out there who appreciate that. And of course, they're looking forward to it, anticipating the arrival of what's yet to come. And I'm sure they are going to be very pleased and, of course, very blessed. Now, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you taking time out to be here with us today. I appreciate you accepting the invitation to be a part of our broadcast network family as one of our featured authors. And I also appreciate you allowing us to be a part of your journey. If there is anything that we can do to continue to assist you in any way, shape, form, or fashion, we know for a fact that you do have our number. We want you to use it. Pick up that phone, call, text, chat, tweet, whatever you do, make sure you reach out and connect with us because we will be honored to assist you in any way. And we want you to know that when you do that, the answer will always be yes, and you will never, ever have to ask us twice. We guarantee
Thank
you
you.
that. We appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
And of course, I have to get your number, Lord. What's the prefix of your phone number? You may not want to share that live, and you may want to share it live. But for those that may want to reach out and connect with you on a more individual basis, maybe to get some resources, to learn some encouragement, what's the process if they wanted to connect and contact you?
I think go through my website. Um, it's www.laurie.com Robertson.com or
Mm.
on Facebook.
Ah, well,
I don't really want to give out my phone number because I get scammed
yeah,
uh,
we
all
know
the
how
time.
that is. Well,
Yeah.
I just have to make sure that I have it because I will be reaching out to you and somewhat
Oh, okay.
telling
Well,
you
I've got
what's
your
going on.
email. I can email you.
Okay, please do because I really need
Yeah.
to give you a call. So I want you all to know also that, of course, if you miss any portion of this conversation, we are going to do our due diligence and we're going to place it on our YouTube channel. We're going to re-air it here on GMAP. We're going to send it over to Facebook. We're going to have it aired on our weekly cable broadcast on Wednesday night. We're excited about those things and of course, I appreciate you showing your love, care, concern, and support. Go out, share it with a friend. Alive, make sure you tell them that Laurie Robertson has an awesome publication out. Well, she has some awesome publications out. We want you to show your support as you always have. And thank you so much. And Laurie, I just can't thank you enough. And what I would like to do before I let you go is I want to move over for a quick second and I want to allow you to share what's on your heart. So I'm going to move over and say, Laurie Robertson, the floor is yours.
Well, just remember, everyone, you're not alone, that we're all in this together. And if you can live from your heart, that's the best way. And you don't always have to be in your heart. You just have to be aware. So if like things are getting you down and too much cycling of negative, drop in your heart and go, wow, what's going on? Okay, here I am. And also be very grateful. Grateful really helps even in little bits. Just be aware and like Pastor Kevin was giving me a lot of compliments. I wasn't able to say, "Oh, thank you," but in my heart, I thought, "Well, thank you, great."
Mm,
And if you're grateful, then you can be generous.
right.
If you've got enough in your heart, then you can start being generous to other people when they need it.
That's
And
right.
I'm not talking big bucks or anything like that. I'm just talking small movements, small acts, and a smile.
Oh,
Even really helps walking wounded. So
yes.
that's sort of my what's in my heart right now.
And that's so very important. And I appreciate you saying that because it really it really makes a difference. It makes my day when a person would see me and just give me a smile. When a person would see me and just say hello, I speak to everybody. I say hello to, if someone does not speak to me, I would get offended or I would say, excuse me, it doesn't cost a dime to say hello. You may not like me, you may not know me, you may be prejudiced, you may not be, you may be religious, you may be atheist, but it doesn't cost you anything. You don't know what that individual may be going through and you could be the one to simply
Yeah.
change their direction and change their life. Trust me,
and,
it.
and save their life.
Yes, I mean, save their
Just a
life.
small, just a small smile, or open the door. You don't have to have a big smile or even say hi. Just a quiet smile
Yes,
can save somebody's life because you don't know what's going inside.
that's
And
right.
sometimes it's like, okay, I can take another breath.
Mm,
It's that simple.
that's right.
A kindness.
Right.
So I've learned that in my life. So
Yes.
yeah, I agree. It's tremendously important.
Well, again, I appreciate you taking time out to be here with us. Still, yet being early there. It's early here, but not as early. But we
Yeah.
appreciate that, and of course, we are going to let you know that we're going to be inviting you back soon and very soon.
Okay.
We want you to come back because we want to also receive the opportunity to hear more about some of the additional publications that you have available. Of course, I'm interested in some of the publications that you have already released to the people, and I'm super excited to receive what's yet to come behind the awesome publication that you have out right now. Alive Savannah, the Zombie Slayer. I just can't wait to
Uh-huh.
get my copy
It
and
is
read
for
it.
mature audiences, though. I should say that.
Well, of course, yeah,
Yeah,
we like to
so
let
everyone
people
knows.
know, it's for mature audiences, but we all like everything, and I'm
Yeah.
one to speak on it. I love all types of things. I love zombie stuff. I love murder. And I can watch it with entertaining respect and still hold my peace and hold my ground for what I stand for. So, with that being said, Laurie, we appreciate you being here. We look forward to inviting you back soon because now you got us kind of wondering what's the other publications like.
Yeah.
We'll be inviting you
Yeah.
back soon, and we'll be talking about those as well. I want you to do me the kind favor. Give me a call immediately right after this conversation. I have some outstanding things I want to share with you, and I'm going to also set up some things to invite you back soon, okay?
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you so much. Until next time, you continue to be blessed and be a blessing. God bless you, and you have a fantabulous rest of your day.
You too. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for listening.